Andrew McCart, IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm here with MTK Scotland promoter Sam Kynoch, just here for the public workout here for the show on the 6th of October. How's things going with the show, mate?
All good, thank you. Yeah, obviously a slight change of course in terms of the co-main event with Stephen Simmons and Matty Askin unfortunately injured, so we've managed to get in a good replacement in the form of Simon Barkley and a really good title with the IBF European belt, so Stephen's very happy with it and as am I in the circumstances, so I think it's good all round, you know, so it's obviously not good.
I spoke to Stephen just there, he's pretty happy with it as well, because I think the only loss that Simon Barkley's had was against Matty Askin, so this will be a, if you want to call it, like a good measuring stick, so to speak, to see where he is against my Askin.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's relevant in that sense, and Stephen's obviously got aspirations in terms of world titles and world rankings, and this has got direct bearing on that. So I think it's a really good belt to have. So it's good for the show and it's good for Stephen.
Well, it's obviously still a cracking show. You've still got the heavyweight British title on the line with Sexton and Kynoch there. And you've got a couple of Celtic title fights still going on, but everything going well with the show so far?
Yes, all good.
Everything's fighters all well, and
the tickets are going well. There's been good feedback in terms of the bill, so everything's looking really good. As you mentioned, the big heavyweight title fight there, it's exciting, you know. So with having been scheduled before, I think a few people were a bit nervous about it, but both boxers are deep in training and both looking good for it. So
well, this could be Scotland's first British heavyweight champion. Do you think Gary could pull it off? It is a tough ask to get somebody with Sam Sexton with his sort of whatchamacallit, his experience in the game so far and all that sort of stuff. So it is a tough fight for Gary, isn't it?
Sexton's travelled to Belfast before, so he's been and beat Martin Rogan, so he's done it kind of on the road before, so he's not going to be daunted in any way. But I think it's a really good opportunity for Kynoch, and I think he's definitely got the ability to win the fight, and I think it's a genuine 50-50. So I'm looking forward to it, and obviously fully supportive of Gary and hoping he pulls it off.
Good stuff. Let's go off track a little bit here, but let's stay with the MTK team as you're part of. Could they call Frampton signing? What's your thoughts on that? Just came out of nowhere, and it's obviously a good signing for MTK Global. Having somebody with Carl's name. Just want to get your thoughts on it.
Yeah, no, I just think it's great. Carl Frampton, great boxer, massive in Belfast, and it's good for our brand, you know, being associated with just another great boxer. And obviously tonight who's co-managed by MTK's Hughie Fury, boxing for the world heavyweight title. So Billy Joe defended his title last week. So for MTK as a brand, a lot of good things going on, and Michael Conlon, another knockout win last night over in the States. So it's all good, and Carl ties in with that. A very nice guy, very good boxer. It's good for everybody involved, you know. I think it's also good for Carol, obviously.
Well, let's touch about the Hughie Fury fight then. He's obviously in against a tough guy against Joseph Parker. Do you think he could win? What do you think his chances are tonight against somebody like
very good. I think the later it goes as well. I think Parker's a very explosive, dangerous opponent, but I think that Fury's got a great team around him. He's a good boxer. I think he's got a really good chance of pulling it off. I think it'd be on points personally, you know. I think Parker's going to be dangerous. I think I think it goes to points. I think we've got a good chance of Hughie Fury winning, so fingers crossed he pulls it off, and it'd be massive, you know, for Britain and for everyone to set up some great fights in the division.
If you want any fight news you can let me know about, any things in the works there, Sam? Any? Come on, give me some. Nah. That'll catch up with you soon. I'll let you get back to the public workout. Thanks for doing this for IFL TV.
Cheers, Andy.